Morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on? What is going on, everybody? Oh God. Yes, indeed. Hope you had a great weekend. And hope you're ready for another great week. Give it a minute or so. It usually takes folks a couple minutes to come and join me. I don't normally join this early. I don't normally go live this early, but I'm out here working out, so. And I'm gonna spend a little bit of time with you this morning. Just say hi and, you know. And Anthony, what's going on, man? Good morning. So, wanted to get your take on yesterday's win also. It was good to see Marcus Stroman pitch the way he did, right? I think at this point, honestly, he's going to need to be super sharp if he's going to be effective. So, otherwise, he's probably going to get hit. It was good to see Jazz do his thing. Homer and a triple, 4 RBIs, right? Tom, good morning, Tom. How you doing, my man? Graham, what's up, my friend? How you doing, brother? And obviously, Aaron Judge, 2 home runs. He's at 30 now. This is only the second player in Major League Baseball history with 30 home runs before the All-Star break 4 times. The other guy's Mark McGwire. So he's in cool company right there. Hey, Alex, what's going on, man? So, what's your take on yesterday's win? It's a good win. It was good to see the Yankees bats kind of wake up. But again, we still need more consistency from Austin Wells. We need more consistency from Anthony Volpe. Going on with the other guys too. Jacob Petruzzi, good morning, man. What's up? No. And then Alex A, what's going on? So, it's good to see Jazz do his thing. I'm not surprised. It's good to see Judge do his thing. Not surprised. But it's the other guys that we need more consistency from, right? While the pitchers are still doing their thing. And again, like I said, Marcus Stroman pitched well. But I think he's going to need to stay super sharp. Otherwise, he's going to get hit. So, and then it's going to be a heavy bullpen day at that point. So I'm hoping that if he gets another round, he can continue to put them keep him in the game. And my guess is, depending on when Ryan Yarbrough comes back, whether he gets put back in the rotation or does Marcus Stroman get another shot and Ryan Yarbrough becomes the lefty long man in the bullpen, right? And that's probably going to be the next question again. And are the Yankees showcasing Marcus Stroman for a trade? Teams have expressed interest in him, right? So there's that. And now that they know his 140 innings is not going to be triggered, meaning his 2026 option is not going to happen for $18.5 million, teams are showing interest now. Brandon, what's going on, man? Yep, McGwire. 50 plus 4 years straight. Yeah, and like I think Sammy Sosa's the only guy to hit 60 two or 3 times. McGwire hit 70 the one time, but he was never above 60 after that. Sosa's the only player. I have to go back and look. It's either 2 or 3 times he was over 60, which is completely nuts. Completely nuts. But 4 times at 30 home runs for the All-Star break. And only Judge and McGwire doing it, that's elite company right there. So, good morning, Victor. Albert, what's going on? Kane, what's up? Backflip, I can't do it here. I got rails, metal rails here. I just finished my workout. I'm kind of catching my breath. I usually do 20 or 25 minutes of functional stuff. Strength training in the garage. Then I come out here and do cardio for about 30 minutes or 25 or 30 minutes. I do about anywhere between 45 to 60 minutes every morning from Monday to Friday. And then Saturday do about 90 minutes at the gym. So, but 6 days a week, man. Gotta stay fit. Gotta stay strong. Graham, be surprised if Stroman is not being showcased. I think he is. I think he is. Dan Lowe, what's up? I don't know if they're gonna unload it. I think they're gonna have to eat some money. So They're gonna have to eat some money, but if we get a couple extra bucks for wiggle room, maybe it makes it easier at the trade deadline. So they've got about, I'd say about $12 million until they're at where their payroll was at the end of last year. So they have a, good morning, Jonathan. What's going on, my man? My PMVI, my Prime Minister, valuable intel right there. So, but again, what's going to be available is the question. I'm going to make a prediction now. This is an early trade deadline prediction for me. I don't think Eugenio Suarez is going to become available because of the fact that despite all the injuries, the Diamondbacks keep winning games. Excuse me. They're like, I think 14-6 in their last 20 games. So they keep winning freaking games. So I don't know if Suarez is going to be available. And I'm not sure any other right-handed bat's going to be available that's going to be worth trading for at the deadline. So I think the Yankees are going to pull a trade for Ryan McMahon from the Rockies. And I think they're going to try to add Jake Bird to it. Try to get a big reliever and a third baseman. Even though he doesn't hit from the right-handed side, he's still a pretty good defender and a solid. He's projected his 20 to 25 home runs for his 6th consecutive year. That's pretty good production for a third baseman. We don't see many third basemen put up 30, 40 home runs every single year. So, trade to Brewers. So what third baseman, Albert? Which third baseman from the Brewers? Ken, what do you know, my man? How you doing, my friend? Recovering from a workout. Getting a little breather out here and some fresh air before it gets super hot. It's muggy as hell out right now, though. Rocky's third baseman. Yeah, I do think, yeah, bring in Bauer. Yeah, did you guys hear about the Trevor Bauer? First of all, he's one of the worst pitchers in Japan right now, and he got himself in trouble again yesterday for his behavior. And now they demoted him down to the minors of Japan. I don't understand why people still want him the Yankees to give him a chance at the major league level. He's not even hacking in Japan, and again he keeps getting himself in trouble with his behavior. No, thank you for the Yankees. Yeah. A starting arm. I respectfully would have to disagree, but I wouldn't. If they get one, they get one. I don't think they need one right now. I think there's a higher urgency of bullpen arms for the Yankees. But, again, that's just me. Like I said, if they get a starter, they get a starter. But they have Luis Hill coming back. They also have Cam Schlittler, due for a call-up shortly, and he's a big arm. So we essentially have 2 big arms at our disposal. So who would they get at the trade deadline that would be better than those guys is the question. Right? And who do you think, Graham? Who do you think the arm would be? No. Yeah. I mean, Trevor Bauer might get away with that stuff over there, but I know the NPB, the Japanese team, they're not happy with him. And if you get demoted to the minors in Japan, especially as America, then it's usually about conduct. But for him, it's conduct and performance. So it's a double whammy. Yeah, I mean, so now we have 4 against the Blue Jays, right? And then 3 against the Mets in Citi Field. So the Blue Jays always play us hard. So if we could win this series, I'd be pretty happy. I'd be pretty happy if we could win this series. No. They came at like 12 o'clock last night and brought the bouncy house out of here. I couldn't bring my cars back into the driveway until they got rid of the bouncy house because it was in the driveway. So I was up late last night until they cleared up all this stuff. Peralta, yeah, same. I hear you, Graham. Yeah, Freddie Peralta would be a nice arm, but what would you give up for him is the question, right? Somebody put out some ridiculous proposal yesterday, Spencer Jones for Eugenio Suarez. I'm like, what planet are you living on? That's on Twitter, right? But again, you don't really see many great ideas or factual ideas on Twitter anyway. So, but 6 years of Spencer Jones for 2 months of Suarez? I mean, no. Thank you, but no. I'm not sleeping on the Diamondbacks, just like I'm not sleeping on the Tampa Bay Rays. Yeah. Merrill Kelly could get moved. I think he's the most likely to get moved. Right? He's the cheapest there, and he's got playoff experience. And again, it's not like they're going to move a big bat. Merrill Kelly, they also have Zach Gallen. If anybody is going to get moved, I think it'll be Merrill Kelly, and they'll keep Zach Gallen, at least for the rest of the year. They may even add some kind of back-end reliever or back-end starter for all we know, right? See here, what's going on? Yeah, Ryan McMahon. That's my prediction. I have a feeling the Yankees are going to trade for Ryan McMahon, and they're going to try to add Jake Bird to it and do a multiplayer trade with the Rockies. Because I don't think Suarez is going to be available. I think the Diamondbacks going to keep him. Yep. Yep. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, why would they move Spencer Jones? He hit his second home run yesterday in AAA, right? So, and again, like, people can complain about his strikeout rate all the time, but like, you know, guess who else had a high strikeout rate? Ryan Dunn. Okay. Excuse me, Adam Dunn, not Ryan Dunn. That's the guy from Jackass. Adam Dunn. Adam Dunn, look up his stats. He had a high strikeout rate, but he had 460 career home runs. 460. I'll take that any day of the week for 200 strikeouts a year with Spencer Jones, right? So, yeah, I mean, is Mitch Keller going to be available? I don't know. He's got a couple controllable years. But, I mean, if any team offloads players, it could be the Pirates. And again, what would the price be for Mitch Keller? I think that, why, I don't know, Alex. I'm guessing it's because of TV rights, or I'm not sure. That stuff is usually planned out ahead of time, like in the off season prior to. So that's how they, for TV rights and naming rights, there could be something broadcasting later on that day that's already scheduled, or I'm not sure. That's a good question, Alex. I wish I had a better answer. But that's right here. This is the morning Yankee chat, the pre-morning, early morning. Right, we're up with the roosters and the cricket, and the birds and the crickets here. So, maybe if Sandy Alcantara gets traded, I think it'll be to the Cubs or the Dodgers. I don't think it'll be the Yankees. I don't think the Yankees need to trade for a big starting pitcher, especially one that's going to cost a boatload of money. The D-backs bullpen blew another game. What if they trade Merrill Kelly for a reliever, right? They could do that. Well, exactly, too. Like, can you give the Ian Hamilton for Merrill Kelly? Something like that. Or Tim Hill for Merrill Kelly. Right? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Danny, if the Yankees are keeping an eye. I think they're keeping an eye out on IKF because he'll be cheaper than Brian Hayes. But you never know. The question is, like, a Brian Hayes, he's got a contract through 2027, but he has options afterward for 2028 and 2029. So the Yankees necessarily, if they trade for him, they don't have to exercise their options because I think they're team options or mutual options. So then they have to factor in George Lombard into the equation. Right? Does he block him? Alex, have a great day. And I'll wrap this up in a minute, too. I got to get ready, get inside and get the girls ready for camp. Yeah, I don't know. Jake, yeah. I'm not exactly sure. This is going to go right down to the wire, this trade deadline. It really, really is. So I'm looking forward to, I'll be live on trade deadline day, probably for 6 or 8 hours straight. Give you all the stuff as it comes in. I'm also going to be live with NFE in the Strike Zone. It'll be Ace Avenue, Max Coverage, Jason Custode, even Steals. We're going to grade the Yankees first half of the season, players and coaches, together on a live. So come and join us to do that too. That's going to be fun. I'm working on my grades now. And that's going to be a fun time. That's most likely going to be on the Strike Zone channel. Most likely will be there. And then I have my trade deadline predictions. I'll be putting it out. I'll have a couple people on here to do with me. Official trade deadline predictions. But my early prediction right now is that the Yankees acquire Ryan McMahon instead of Eugenio Suarez. Yep. Be a trade. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting trade. I mean, I'm hearing that it's going to be crazy. I'm hearing that it's going to be a dull, like a dud. So we just don't know. And the fact that it's so quiet right now is going to be, it's going to add fuel to the fire. So, and it usually always is. And trade deadline day is when a lot of the action, a lot of surprise stuff happens. That's why I'm live on trade deadline day, so we can feed it in as it comes in. Say, oh my God, this just happened. Breaking this, breaking that. And that happens every year. So, and I have guests on with me during that time too, on a rotating basis. So that'll be fun as well. But yeah, there are a ton of teams in the mix. But I want to thank you all for joining with me. I'm going to get inside and get girls ready for camp. I got to get breakfast ready too. Appreciate all yous. Kyle Farmer. Kyle Farmer, interesting. I gotta look that up. I gotta look him up, Jonathan. Grisham. Don't be surprised if Grisham gets moved either. Quietly shocked. So, if he does get moved, then it shows that they're probably gonna go with Jason Dominguez. That they're probably gonna go with him. So, Bichette. Yeah, I mean, I had an early prediction that Bichette was gonna go to Dodgers too. Ken, you could be right, man. You could absolutely be right. That's why it's going to be fun and interesting. So, thanks for joining me, everybody. Have a great day. I'll be back later on with the lineup and any news. As always, you are the best. Have a great day. Yeah, it could be Spencer Jones, too. He's breathing down Dominguez's neck, whether people like it or not. Peace, gang.